Hi guys, this week we will be learning about kitchen hygiene. Many people find cooking fun, while others find cooking a chore and only do it because they have to. Regardless of how you feel about cooking, we need to remember that the kitchen has a range of hazards and is probably one of the most dangerous rooms in a house. However, by remembering some simple safety precautions, we can minimize the risks and make cooking safe. We must be careful to make sure our work area is safe, not only for ourselves, but other people that are in the same area. So let's discuss using the kitchen safely. You've got your ingredients neatly lined up, your hands washed, and your measuring spoons out. But before you start, it's a good idea to learn a few rules in the kitchen. It's easy to get injured in the kitchen if you're not careful, and a cut or a burn will soon put an end to the fun. So to prevent cuts, if you're unsure how to use blenders, food processors, knives, or other sharp kitchen tools, it's awesome to ask for help. When using a knife, point the blade away from yourself and keep your fingers away from the blade when you're cutting. Never leave a sharp knife in the washing up water. You may know it's there, but if someone comes and puts their hands in the sink, they don't. Ouch! And they've cut their fingers. Wipe the knife with the blade facing away from you and move the cloth from the blunt end to the sharp end. So, when you're using the stove, some ways to prevent burns are: always use oven mitts, not a tea towel when handling hot pots, pans, or baking trays. Turn pot and fry pan handles towards the back of the stove so you don't knock them over by accident. When lifting a lid from a saucepan, always have the opening away from you to prevent scalds from the steam. When removing coverings from food that have been microwaved, lift the cover away from you to prevent scalds from the steam also. To prevent falls or slips, always clean up spilled liquids, vegetable peelings, oil, and other food items straight away to prevent people slipping. Safety when using electrical appliances. Turn off at the power point and unplug the switch before cleaning. Make sure your hands are dry before handling any electrical appliance. Keep germs out of your food. A big part of kitchen hygiene is keeping the cook and the kitchen clean. The idea is to keep germs, which can make you sick, out of your food. Always wash your hands with soap and water immediately before you begin any recipe. This is especially important for recipes that involve touching the food directly, like kneading dough or mixing ingredients with your hands. Always be sure to wash your hands before and after handling raw meat, poultry, egg, and fish products because these foods can contain bacteria. You don't want the bacteria getting into your hands because that could end up in your mouth. Yuck. You also can fight germs by keeping your bench tops and chopping boards clean and dry. Wash them with soap and water after cooking. To avoid cross-contamination, never handle raw and cooked food with the same utensils. Always use clean utensils for handling, preparation, storage, tasting, and serving of food. Food storage is a major issue when keeping food safe. Food which is not correctly stored can spoil or become contaminated, which can make people sick. Food such as meat, poultry, fish, milk, cheese, butter, and margarine, and items such as cream and yogurt spoil quickly and need to be stored below 5 degrees Celsius. These all deteriorate rapidly at room temperature, as anyone who has left milk out of the fridge during summer finds out. It stinks. Bacteria in these foods multiply very quickly in a warm room. When it comes to cooking and reheating food, temperatures are just as important as storing food. Even if food has been properly frozen or refrigerated, you will still likely to have some bacteria present, so heating food to a safe temperature will lower the risk of food poisoning. High-risk food must be heated to at least 75 degrees Celsius in order to reduce the number of bacteria to a safe level of consumption. Once the food has been heated to this temperature, it should not be allowed to drop under 60 degrees Celsius until it is served. This goes for both cooking and reheating food. After the food has been cooked to this temperature, it should be eaten or refrigerated within 2 hours. Food which has been kept in the temperature danger zone between 5 to 60 degrees Celsius for between 2 and 4 hours cannot be put back into the refrigerator and must be consumed. Any food which remains in the temperature danger zone for 4 or more hours must be discarded. Hot food which is to be refrigerated or frozen should first be put in separate shallow containers to allow it to cool faster rather than being left in one container. Have a great week, guys. Thank you.